Hey everyone, this is Dawn. Welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to another Makers with Heart video hop. This month, the Makers with Heart are stash busting. So we're going into our stash and finding some older collections and products that we didn't quite use up the first time around, and we're going to use what's left and make something with what we have left over. Okay, so the products that I have chosen are from last year's Valentine's collection, and it's called Now and Forever. So keep in mind that this layout can be reproduced using the current Love Notes collection or Sweet Memories. Okay, so I've got some leftover strips of paper and some zip strips and stickers from this collection. And then some other products that I'm going to use is the Doily Thin Cut. This is from a few years ago and it's retired. And then also the Lace Border Thin Cut. And then I'm going to use a current stamp set. This is from the Sweet Memories Scrapbooking Stamp and Thin Cut set. And you can get this in the current catalog. Okay, and then I dug into my stash and I found some of these old pearls. This is in, I think it was a color of the year called Bashful. And these are the Now and Forever embellishments. Okay, so the picture that I'm going to scrapbook is of my great grandparents. This was taken in 1914 and it's their engagement photo. So I'm going to do a heritage layout, and my inspiration is from the current catalog. You'll find it in the section for Sweet Memories. Okay, so I've also pulled from my stash. I've been hoarding this stuff. It's the gold foil paper, and I love it. So I'm going to use this as matte for my photo. Okay, so I'm going to cut this at 5 1/4 by 7 1/4. I printed my photo out on my Epson PictureMate, and you can print photos at 5 by 7 or 4 by 6, and then variations of those sizes in smaller increments. So it's a great little machine to print your photos on demand. Okay, so now I'm going to take this piece of ledger print paper and also this newsprint paper, and I'm going to cut my background. So I'm kind of looking at what I want there, and my base is going to be Desert Rose. So I'll go ahead and cut off the zip strip, and then I'm going to cut the ledger paper at about 6.5 inches. And then since I want a border to be all the way around, I'm going to cut another 1/2 inch off. So I'm going to cut that at 11.5. And then the flip side of that ledger paper is this newsprint. So I'm going to cut that at 11.5. And then I'll just overlap. And then I'm going to cut my zip strips also at 11.5. And then I'm going to pull in my other zip strips. At first, I thought I was going to use the XO, but then I decided on the stripes. So we'll trim that one down to 11.5 as well. Pretty simple background. Okay. So I'm going to lay everything out and just get a feel for how my layout is going to look. Okay. I like that. All right, now we're going to create some embellishments. So I'm going to cut my white daisy cardstock so that I can do some stamping on it. And I'm also going to stamp on some Desert Rose. I'll use both the light side and the dark side. But first, I'm going to cut a doily. out of this other patterned paper. It sort of looks like lace, and then some lace strips with desert rose. Okay, now I'm going to do some stamping. So I'm going to bring in my mini Misty, and this first image I'm going to stamp in desert rose. And then I'm also going to stamp on some mulberry cardstock as well. These are all coordinating colors that are part of the Now and Forever collection. So we have this first one. And then we'll go in and switch out the stamp. And this one has a watch piece, and it says never forget. So I'm bringing in some mulberry, and I'm going to stamp on the light side of mulberry with mulberry ink. So all of these have coordinating thin cuts. So we'll stamp that out. So I'll do my stamping on camera, and then I'll cut everything out off camera. And the beauty of the Misty is you can stamp more than once if there's a spot that didn't completely stamp out. Okay. And then the next one I'll stamp out says, family is everything. And I'll stamp that in mulberry on white daisy. So this is a new set. So what I'm doing here is seasoning it, and I'm removing, there's a film that's left behind in stamp production. So the first time you use it, if you just, I like to use a microfiber cloth and just wipe it down till it becomes kind of cloudy or milky, and then you'll know it's ready, and it prepares the stamp so it's ready to take ink. Okay, so we'll stamp that out. And then I'm going to bring in some desert rose, and I'm going to do tone on tone stamping here of this, the photo corners. So this particular image does not have a thin cut, so I will fussy cut those out off screen. They're pretty easy. So I'll stamp a couple of more of those out. So I have 4, one for each corner of the photo. And then we're good to go. So off camera, I will die cut and fussy cut all these images. So we have everything ready to go. You'll notice I have 2 flowers, and I decided not to use those in my final layout. I'll save them for something else. Okay. So I'm just going to play with everything and lay it all out to figure out the position of all of my embellishments. And off camera, I'll glue everything down. But right now, I'm just kind of working with what I've got here and figuring out where I want things to be. So I thought that doily, I was going to put it on that side, but it kind of disappeared. So I decided to switch sides so that it would pop a little bit more with a lighter background. And then I'm just going to lay all of these images that I stamped out. And just kind of create a long cluster along the side of the photo. So I'm just figuring out the colors and the positions. So those 2 were stamped on white, so I'm swapping things out. And then I'll swap those 2 around as well. Just kind of looking at what's there. There we go. And then I'm going to place, first I thought I was going to use the stamped flowers, and then I remembered I had these embroidered flowers. So I wanted to keep my layout monochromatic. So off camera, I did a little surgery to this particular flower and I cut off those leaves. And then I'm going to use the little heart. And those little photo corners go on top there. And then I'll bring in some stickers. Just kind of fussing with what's there and figuring out. So I want to use this timepiece because it sort of creates a visual triangle with the pattern paper and the stamped image and then the sticker. Okay, so now I'm going to work with some of these stickers, and I like to cut them off of the carrier sheet just because then I can play with them before I commit to sticking them down. And then I did my journaling on one of the stickers as well. So I'm popped my photo with some foam tape. So we'll get that placed down. So my background and all those other pieces I've already glued down. And there's just a few left here. So we have the photo down, and then I'll place this embroidered flower. Tuck part of it under the photo. And then this sticker, I have journaled on it, and I need to pop part of it so that it lays on the same plane as that flower. And again, I have to fuss with it where I've placed the foam tape, and fortunately the adhesive is forgiving, so you can make some adjustments if you need to, like I have to do with the flower. I want it to turn it just a little bit more. And then we can place that other sticker down. And then for the other side, I need to pop that sticker so that it's on the same plane as the photo since I used foam tape. So we'll get the sticker, the flower sticker down first, and then we'll add that other one. And part of it overlaps the photo, and the other part is popped. Okay. All right. Then we'll add that heart. And then I cut out a whole bunch of these little hearts that are from the sticker sheet. Some are in gold foil, and some are in the various colors of the collection. So there's some in desert rose and some in mulberry. So I'm just going to scatter a whole bunch of them around. And then to finish off, I'm going to add these pearls. So they come in 3 different sizes. So I'm just going to scatter a whole bunch around. That final touch. I love the monochromatic look and the pop of gold in the stickers and the foiling. And we're going to call it done. Couple more pearls, and then I'll give you some close-up shots. So I'll create a playlist at the end of this video. Make sure you click on it so you can see what the other Makers with Heart have done this month with stash busting. I'll make a list of all the supplies that I used that are still available. I'll also note the ones that are retired and products that you can use in place of the retired products in the description below with some links. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it, and then you'll be able to find all of my videos. And thanks for watching.